What is up, everyone? Today I want to have a conversation about ultralight backpacking. So I spent the last year really trying to be as ultralight as possible, focusing on gear changes, focusing on what I can eliminate, what I can add, trying out lighter weight backpacking options. I tried the full gamut of trying to go ultralight. And if you don't know, ultralight backpacking is considered having a base weight that is 10 pounds or under. So I learned a few things in this 1 year journey of trying to be as ultralight as possible. And I've got 5 things that I learned that I wanted to share with you all. So the first thing that I learned in this journey, well, I don't even know if you really want to call it the first thing, but one of the things, the biggest thing that I learned that I just had to come to terms with is that for me, the pack weight, the weight of the pack itself, not the pack weight with everything in it, the weight of my pack just doesn't really matter to me. I thought it did, and I switched from the Osprey Aura, and then I tried the Durston Aqua 55. Then after that, I tried to go even lower with like a Nashville Cutaway, which is, as you know or may not know, it is a frameless pack, a hip beltless pack. That was terrible for me. I still love my Durston, but when it's warm out, and God forbid when it's hot out, you're going to have so much back sweat, and for me, it just rolled right down into my shorts, and it was just too much. So it has taken me a full year to come to the realization that I like my Osprey Aura. Yes, it's heavy, but for me and my back issues and just, you know, for whatever weight I have to carry, it's the most comfortable for me. It's the best choice for me, and it is what it is. I've come to the conclusion that the pack weight itself does not matter to me. What matters more is how it feels on my body and how well it carries my gear. So that is the first biggest lesson that I learned in trying to go ultralight. Okay, the second thing, or the second point I want to make that I learned, is that going ultralight is expensive. It's so expensive. And you know, a lot of these people, I don't want to say a lot of these people, there's a lot of YouTubers that I follow that get gear for free because they're sponsored or a brand wants them to try out something that they, you know, have come up with or whatever. That is not me. I'm very happy with my channel. I'm very happy with the gear that I have bought and put money into. But some of the gear, especially the packs, it looks like, oh my gosh, she's spending so much money. The truth is I'm not. A lot of these packs, I would order them, try them, and if I could send them back, I would. Or if I kept them too long or took them out on a hike, then I would sell them online. I did put a good bit of money into the newer gear that I bought, but it just, things add up quickly. And especially in the ultralight world, it's like, okay, you cut on your tent, you're going to be spending probably at least $700. You want to get a super lightweight backpack, that's going to cost you another $3 or $4, depending on what you're getting and if it's super custom. And that doesn't even include all the smaller gear, which, you know, $100 for the Cinchi. Rain gear, gosh, that costs a couple $100. I mean, it really, really adds up quickly. So you can go cheaper in certain areas and still make lighter weight decisions, or you can save up and put a, you know, a big purchase that's going to save you like a full 2 or 3 pounds. Like when I switched to the Durston X Mid Pro 2, that saved me like a solid 3 pounds in weight just from the tent. But that's because I was coming from a freestanding tent that was like a 3-person tent, and it was 4 pounds. So anyway, that's the second thing that I have learned, is that going ultralight is insanely expensive, and not everything has to be that, you know, high quality to have fun out on trail. So the third point I want to make that I've learned is that I don't care about base weight. Just gonna say it. So in trying to go, you know, to that 10-pound maximum weight to be considered ultralight, I will fully admit to y'all that I never really quite got there. On paper, I was really close. But then you load up and you don't account for these little things that add up, like an ounce here, an ounce there, and all of a sudden it's like, well, my pack weighs 15 pounds without food and water. Or my pack weighs, I think the lowest I got was 12 pounds. And I was really happy with that 12 pounds. And one thing that me and my mom noticed when we were out on trail this last time is it's like it doesn't matter what we buy to cut weight. It doesn't matter what we do or take out of the pack. After it's all said and done, when we start a trip, it's pretty much going to be 25 pounds. It's going to be 25 pounds. I care more about the total overall weight when I'm heading out on a trail. What is my pack with my base weight, with my food, with my water? Then I'll care about how much it weighs. I just don't get the obsession with the base weight. I get that, there's only so much you can do for food and water. And so therefore, if you focus all your attention on getting your base weight as low as possible, that's still going to help you with your overall weight. But every trail is so different and every trip is so different. Like for the CDT next year, we're going to have some long food carries and potentially some long water carries. I don't care if my base weight was 7 pounds. If I've got 10 pounds of food and another 10 pounds of water, guess what? That's still 27 pounds. So I don't care about base weight. I care more about my total overall weight when I start a trip. Okay, the fourth point is that I actually really do think that trying to go ultralight is a really great way to test yourself. My Life Outdoors made a really great video saying that, why he tried to go ultralight and why he thinks everyone should. And I very much agree with what he had to say in that video. I think it is a great way to test yourself to see, what do I really use when I'm out on trail? Do I really use these 3 or 4 small items that, yeah, I really think I need them with me, but then I never touch? And on the flip side, maybe you're trying to go ultralight and your goal is just simply the 10 pounds. And so you take a lot out that you think you'll be okay without, but then you get out on trail and you're like, wow, really wish I had that. And if you find yourself thinking that every day, then is it really worth it to be at the 10-pound maximum? Well, anyway, the point is it's really good activity to test yourself and see what you really need on trail and what you just don't really need. So the fifth point that I have learned that I want to mention, I've kind of already touched on this, but to sum it up, ultralight hiking is not the end-all be-all. I know a lot of people already know that. I'm not saying anything unique or new, but I really had to take this year and really understand that and know it. When you get into backpacking and you've got all this stuff, like the first time I went out, I think I had 3 rolls of toilet paper. I had a huge bag of fruit chews. Like it was a huge bag of fruit chews. And what else do we have? I had like a bowl and a plate. I had a whole container of baby powder. I mean, it was a little ridiculous. But that's because you're new and you don't know. So I get that along the way, you learn what you don't know and you realize, wow, I really don't need that. That big jar of baby powder, I don't need that. A huge bag of fruit chews, don't need it. 3 rolls of toilet paper, yeah, it's a little extreme. So I get that overall, as you progress and get better at backpacking, you gradually lose some of the weight in your base weight because you're learning what works. But having a goal of being ultralight and being called an ultralight backpacker isn't necessarily the overall goal. And I don't think it should be. I mean, some people are going to always be obsessed with the ounces and the grams. And I'm sure to a certain degree, I'm still going to consider that for sure. Just because I don't necessarily want to be ultralight anymore, it also doesn't mean that I want to go out with a 30 to 40 pound bag. But I just want to make the point that no, it's not the end all be all. Being an ultralight backpacker is not the goal for me. So I hope y'all enjoyed this short list of everything that I have learned while trying to go ultralight and never really quite succeeding, but learning a lot about myself and my backpacking style and the things that I like to have on trail with me in order to have an enjoyable time. things that I've learned over the past year. So yeah, I'm going to be starting my solo hike this weekend, and I am so freaking excited. And yes, I will be sharing that journey with everyone. So hope y'all have a great day wherever you are, whatever time it is. I hope you're having a wonderful, lovely day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.